Hello there and welcome. My name is Anna Delman. It is day number 241 of my note writing adventure. I'm continuing with today's note where I have been working on for the past few days, and yesterday was pressing on to make it my own, face the future with daily commitments. And today my note is, when our faces reveal the struggle of temptation, we've let it go a step too far. Then my next instruction to myself is grab the helmet, and that is the Ephesians 6, the armor of God, put on the armor of God, put on that helmet, preserve what I know is true, the foundation, the platform I'm building, and persevere. And then my note continues with plan, plan, plan. We don't want that to happen again. We don't want a repeat of whatever is causing our faces to fall. Now for me, the reason this came up this morning, I was just plain lazy in my response to getting the day started and the day going and what I needed to do. And as I sat there just a little bit too long for what I needed to accomplish today, my thoughts started getting negative. It's what ifs. It's if I do this, will this happen? And then all these things happen, and friends, that is just putting me on a path to nowhere. And I'm sure you can identify, you've had those same experiences in your life. We need to put on the helmet of salvation. When we've made commitments to honor God with our lives, and we sit there and we wallow in the discontent of our moment, and we don't nip it in the bud in the moment, those thoughts are going to progress. And not only are they going to progress, they're not moving us forward. They're not even keeping us stationary. They will take us on a downward spiral. Now, the reason, furthermore, why this is my note for today is this morning when I was reading through my Bible, the Bible reading plan I follow, I'm back onto the day number 4. So Genesis 4 is as follows, and I just quickly wrote Genesis 4:7, and then again Proverbs 4:14 as my starting points, and then I went back and read them for edification purposes after I had read them for getting through the text purposes. So Genesis 4 verse number 7, I'm going to go just a little back a bit further, verse 5. But for Cain and his offering he had no regard. That's God had no regard for Cain's offering. So Cain was very angry and his face fell. His face revealed his heart attitude. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry and why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it." You. That is Cain's responsibility on how he is to respond to what God is calling him to do. We can come to God with our good ideas, our plans, whatever that could be, that we think are honorable, etc. But let there be a hint of self-glorification in it, and it's not okay with him. If he then doesn't bless it the way we think it should be blessed, and our face reveals the dissatisfaction we have with things not working out our way, and rather than what God is doing there, saying deal with it, do well, choose differently, and the process from there on will be better for you, and we choose not to, and it gets to the point where we don't rule over it, we allow those negative emotions to continue, it will take us down quicker than we wanted to, and the fruit of that will be rotten fruit, horrible stuff. I also want to cover with you Proverbs 4:14, and it goes on to explaining and encouraging to us the reasons we need to choose well. Do not enter the path of the wicked. That is verse 14 of chapter 4 of Proverbs. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it, and do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on. And then verse number 23, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Put away from you crooked speech, and put devious talk away from you. Verse 25, let your eyes look directly forward, and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. Your choice, friends. Your choice. And then that reminds me of Psalm 1, which way back I have spoken of it before, in the choices we need to make for our lives, where we're not to be caught up in negativity in the community we live in. So please take a look at that. Psalm 1, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. You do not stop and talk to people or let them lead you astray and then end up sitting, hanging out with them, and then getting caught up in negativity. And then verse number 2 of Psalm 1, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. Now that's not super hyper vigilance in pursuing God. That is the importance of your daily functioning to glorify him, and how you should be living. So it's like me this morning. I was sitting down, as Psalm 1 said, I sat down and got melancholy and got wallowing in the negative what ifs, rather than putting my one foot in front of the other and getting to my work desk and focusing on what I should be doing, getting it done, accomplished. And then my countenance would be one of joy and sweetness and blessing. My goodness, what a difference and what a choice. Is there a choice? No, there shouldn't be. I know what's needed, and therefore, as I have said, grab the helmet. Preserve what I know to be true. It will take me to perseverance, and I need to plan, and plan. And part of that plan, friends, is I will be back here tomorrow on day 242 of a further conversation with you. So until then, take care and God bless, and we will talk again at that time. Bye-bye for now.